Want to know how easy it is to sew a pair of bikini bottoms? Because I'm going to show you, and we're going to use a Victoria's Secret seamless thong as our pattern because all of you have a pair of these in your drawer at home. Here's what you're going to need. Obviously a sewing machine. They have them at Walmart. The one I use is $140. Then you're going to need a 4-way stretch spandex. I'm going to use this as my main fabric and this as my lining. Step 1, lay the underwear on the fabric. Measure 3 fingers from the side and make a cut. Then you're going to go around the underwear with about a finger's width in between your underwear and the fabric. Now when you get to the part around the crotch, I'm going to add a little bit of coverage because I don't want to have no lip slip on the beach. And I'm also going to go about 3 fingers longer because this fabric doesn't stretch like this fabric, and we need to account for that. Flip that bad boy over and cut out the exact same thing. Now what we have is 2 front pieces, so we're going to need to adjust one piece to look like this. We're just going to take it in a tad to give us that thong action. Since we freestyled this pattern, we do want to flip it over and make sure that it's symmetrical on both sides. Cut the same exact thing out in your spandex fabric. Do not get swimwear lining. Use thick spandex. That's trade secret number 1 because the bottoms need structure because we are not using elastic. I'm at my sewing machine. I've threaded it with a pink thread. And for those of you that say, oh, I can't even thread my machine, babe, you don't even need to know how to read. There's a literal photo that shows you how to do it. Here's my stitch setting. It's a zigzag stitch. We're going to fold over the front part of the bottoms about a finger's width and sew a zigzag stitch all the way down. If at this point you haven't given up, you're going to go ahead and trim off that extra fabric and you're going to be left with something like this. We're going to do that same thing again and again and again. Sometimes your lining fabric is going to stick out more than the main fabric, but that's okay because we want this to be nice and smooth. To measure the sides, just look at your other one and make sure you're folding it over enough to match that side. Here's what we're working with. The next thing we're going to do is change our setting to a straight stitch and attach these sides together. These are looking pretty big, which is another helpful tip. Start bigger because you can always take it in to be smaller. Here's how I check if they're going to fit. I put them on before I cut off that extra fabric, and I realized I might be able to go a little bit tighter on the sides here. I did about 1 finger. After you sew the pieces together, cut off that extra fabric. Here's our final product. They fit amazing. They don't squeeze. They get that nice little cheeky look on the back.